Good evening, this is Papa Alpha Zero Echo Tango Echo with the Daily Minutes.
Dit is Papa Alpha 0 Echo Tango Echo voor de Daily Minutes met een nieuwsupdate voor vandaag, 9 oktober 2015. Dit is het bulletin van vrijdag. Voorzichtig beginnen we dan toch weer met de uitzendingen. In het aan Nederland grenzende deel van Duitsland vindt dit weekend op zaterdag de COMI Ruhrgebiet Memoriam DF1 QM QSO Party plaats. De contest vindt jaarlijks plaats op de tweede zaterdag van oktober en het staat in het teken van de vriendschap tussen amateurs uit het Ruhrgebied en uit de Russische Republiek Komi, die overigens in het noorden van Rusland ligt. Ook Nederlandse amateurs zijn welkom om mee te doen aan de contest, die overigens plaatsvindt op de 40, 20, 15 en 10 meter band. Logs moeten zijn ingestuurd voor 25 oktober. Meer info over de contest in het Duits is te vinden op PI2NOS-version.nl. De woudlopersgroep in Zeist, dat is een scoutinggroep, zoekt voor volgende week nog een zendamateur voor de Jota. Er wordt sowieso een grote houten toren gepioneerd, maar zonder zendamateur kan er die dag dus niet op de amateurbanden worden uitgekomen. Het gaat met name om 17 oktober. Het e-mailadres is fenneke_v@hotmail.com, dus Foxtrot Echo, November, Echo, Kilo Echo, _v@hotmail.com. Paul van PI4NOS ontdekte nog iets opmerkelijks in de bekendmaking in de Staatscourant van de betalingen voor de verschillende soorten van ethergebruik. Bij de opsommingen voor de verschillende tarieven kwam hij daar een regeltje tegen voor HF radiotelefonen, tussen haakjes 27 MHz. Het gaat daarbij om een bedrag van €54. Radiotelefoon is een oude juridische benaming die stamt uit de tijd 5 jaar voordat 27 MC in Nederland legaal was. Het bezit van een zender was in die tijd verboden, maar een slimme advocaat, tegenwoordig met amateurcall, wist met succes in de rechtszaal te bepleiten dat er een verschil was tussen een zender en een radiotelefoon. Die laatste, iedereen noemt zo'n apparaat tegenwoordig trouwens een zendontvanger, was op dat moment niet verboden en daardoor was alleen het gebruik strafbaar en niet het bezit ervan. Niet bekend is of en hoe AT deze bedragen voor het gebruik van de 27 MC-band dus gaat innen. De uitzendingen voor de Verenigde Staten en Canada van de Mighty KBC, waar ondergetekende ook af en toe een bijdrage levert, verhuist binnenkort van frequentie. 11 oktober is de laatste keer dat de uitzendingen plaatsvinden op 73,75 kHz. Vanaf 18 oktober zit het station van 0000 UTC tot 0300 UTC op de 20 kHz hogere frequentie van 73,95 kHz. Vanavond is er dus vanwege de bijna voorbije griep nog geen uitzending op PI3UTR, geen lange uitzending vanavond dus. Dus Papa Alpha 0 Echo Tango Echo.
00011. Number stations offer several security benefits.
Bletchley Park Trust Director, Christine Large.
One of them is that the equipment that's being used, if it were found in any situation, wouldn't be recognised as anything irregular. So therefore a landlady or landlord making a cleaning visit to somebody's room wouldn't pick up that there's anything strange going on and report it back. All they would see would be an ordinary piece of radio kit that could be bought virtually anywhere.
I'm still not convinced. Not because I live in a hidey world of plait-twirling innocence where governments just don't do this kind of thing. I'm sure they do. But where is the evidence that behind the number stations lurk states and their secret agencies? I pressed the signals expert Owen Lewis for a definitive answer. Not with any great success.
Those who use wireless for communications very often use codes or ciphers to disguise what it is they're saying and so other people can't understand. This is not just military, it's not just government. Commercial organizations, including, for example, fishing fleets, have used codes and ciphers for a long time.
2251.
All right, so to what conclusion does that lead us about who might be doing it?
It doesn't give us any indication as to who is doing it, except that they want communication at international ranges.
All right, but I've asked you the question about 3 or 4 times now, and every time what you do is describe the method of communication, the distance of communication, but who do you think might actually be doing it?
Quite simply, someone who wishes to have a private conversation. Or it's a one-way, it's not a conversation, it's a monologue. It's a one-way passage of information.
But what sort of information might it be?
Whatever they want to use it for.
Well, I'm still not getting any definite answers over here. So let's try Minneapolis and the renowned security technologist Bruce Schneier, while Akim Fernandez ranges across the Darn in London.
You can't identify who the recipient is or where they might be. The recipient could be anywhere, maybe a third of the planet where that radio signal gets to. So as a covert channel, it works very well.
Tell me, what's 7.614, Akim, in the little display on the front?
That's a shortwave frequency on this shortwave radio. It's interesting for you to see this setup right now, because as you can see, I'm sitting in the middle of London, and if I was involved in espionage, I could just set up my little tiny radio right inside this room anonymously, transcribe my message, the message is over, turn off the radio, and go back about my business being a spy. That's China.
What is that? Is that sort of Morecambe and Wise in Chinese, do you think? What's going on there? Bruce, I've spent some time listening to the CONET project and these number stations. How are these things encrypted and decrypted?
It's a manual paper and pencil system. You'd imagine that some agent who's in the field somewhere is told to listen on the frequency at a certain time and get the message. And if you listen to the number stations, you'll notice that sequences are repeated.
3535 0 0.
And the idea would be you wouldn't know exactly when your numbers are going to be broadcasted. So you'll listen and you'll get your message, and then you will have some manual system that you've been taught where you can decrypt the message and find out what your orders are, what your instructions are, whatever it is that you have to know.
It may all sound very low-tech, this, but the manual paper and pencil system that's called a one-time pad, because each one is only used once, is utterly secure. And moreover, there's definite evidence that spies use it. In 1988, Erwin van Harlem, a Czech agent posing as a Bond Street art dealer, was caught by a special branch with a one-time pad hidden inside a bar of soap. And he was found guilty. But at least his hands were clean. At any rate, it's a devilishly simple system.
I'm going to go down to lower frequencies to see if we can find something down there.
In a one-time pad, you have a sequence of numbers in front of you, and you receive a sequence of numbers off the shortwave radio in this case.
1 5 7 2 8 1 5 7 2 8.
And then you subtract the numbers you received from the numbers on your pad, and that gives you another set of numbers, and that's the plain text. And there's some easy way of converting numbers to letters and letters to numbers. 1 equals A, 2 equals B, something as trivial as that. That's mathematically unbreakable, and there's no way, short of getting a copy of the pad, for an attacker to know what the proper message is.